Have you ever asked God, where am I supposed to go? What direction am I supposed to go in? What dreams or aspirations should I pursue? What's the next step for my family, or finances, or livelihood? You're here waiting for his answer, but it doesn't feel as if he's talking to you. Maybe there are so many directions for you to go in, and you don't know which way to go in first. But there is one thing I know. There are 3 things that happen when we're directed by God. The first thing is that 1. God will direct you to a future that is not yet present. The mind of man plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. There are times God is going to tell you to go and start walking, and then he directs you in the way you should go. God is giving you dreams and visions, promises and images of future hope, but you won't see every step of the way. The Lord told Abram, leave your native country, your relatives, and your father's family, and to go to the land that I will show you. The Lord led Abram to a land inhabited by completely different people, but yet he appeared and said, I will give this land to your descendants. God reconfirmed this promise by saying, look as far as you can in every direction, north and south, east and west. I'm giving all of this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent possession. And yet to remember, at this point, Abram didn't even have a son of his own, but yet God is telling him he will be the father of many nations. You need to have the courage to start walking without knowing every detail. Even if God is giving you a greater picture of what's to come, it says the Lord directs our steps, so why try to understand everything along the way? And the second thing that happens when we're directed by God is 2. Under God's direction, he can completely turn situations around for your good. Think about it. Joseph was sold by his brothers into slavery, but yet because the Lord was with Joseph, he succeeded in everything he did. Now, Joseph's situations weren't always ideal. For some time, Joseph was wrongfully imprisoned, but even at this time, the Lord was with Joseph and showed him his faithful love. If Joseph hadn't been in prison, he wouldn't have been given the opportunity to interpret the cupbearer's dream. And if he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have been given the opportunity to interpret Pharaoh's dream. Under God's direction, Joseph was made second in command just under Pharaoh, a position that would later save his family despite what his brothers had done to him. This is all to say, your situations might not always be ideal. There are times it may feel as if God has forgotten you, but know that God is consistently directing you, that he's always with you. Every experience, every situation, every hope and dream is just another piece of the puzzle to the fuller picture God has planned for you. Lastly, the third thing to remember is 3. When God directs you, you must act. When God told Noah to build an ark, Noah immediately started building it. When God told Abraham to go to the land I will promise you, Abraham went, despite seeing the strong walls of Jericho. When God told Joshua to march around the city, he marched and overtook the city. When Esther had to stand up for her people, even with her life at stake, she stood. When Jesus told the disciples, come and follow me, they immediately dropped what they were doing and followed him. God desires faith with action. Every single one of these people followed the direction of God, some without even completely knowing what the outcome would be. In the same way, you can walk boldly, confidently, knowing that if God be with you, who can be against you? Start telling yourself, my life is a product of God's direction. For we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purposes. Faith with action equals progress. God is directing you to a better future not here yet. Under his direction, your situations will turn around. Remember that you always must act, taking one step forward, knowing that God has already taken the rest.